Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. As always, want to start off the video by saying thank you to all the subscribers, all the viewers, all the supporters out there showing the channel so much support. Immensely appreciate it. If you guys do like the content, if you guys do like the video series, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you are a subscriber, make sure to hit that bell button to get alerts and updates on all new content posted on the channel. Today, as you can see here, I'd like to talk about the Stash Invest portfolio once again. As you guys may or may not know, I put $1,000 into this portfolio about 6 months ago, and the idea was to buy every single investment option on the platform and kind of evaluate if these are good investment options or not. The goal was not to try to get the best total return, but rather evaluate each and every one of the options on the application to see if they are good picks or they are not great picks. If you guys remember as well, Stash Invest is a way of investing in a number of different ETFs and one stock, the one stock being Berkshire Hathaway Class B Incorporated, which is here. Roll with Buffett. If you guys remember as well, all of these investment options are rebranded underlying investments. So for example, Roll with Buffett here. If we take a look at the overview page, we can see the investment is actually Berkshire Hathaway Incorporated Class B stock, ticker symbol there, BRK.B. You can see the last price, the dividend yield, expense ratio, which would be applicable to ETFs, which I'll show you here in a minute. But unlike some of the other brokerage accounts, you can buy fractional shares on this application. So you can see I have Roll with Buffett there, $142.17 worth of stock. And you can see on the bottom, each stock on the overview page here, each stock is 198.07. So I don't have enough equity for a full share. I have a fractional share on this application. So this is very, very good for smaller investors who don't have large portfolios to buy into an entire share of a stock. If we go down here, showing you guys ETF, again, this is Blue Chips, a rebranded underlying ETF. You can see the underlying ETF here, investment name, Vanguard Mega Cap ETF, ticker symbol MGC. Last price, dividend yield, and now you can see the expense ratio for ETFs. All ETFs have an expense ratio amount that is taken automatically out of the price of a stock. You never see that expense. You don't have a ledger amount for that. You are never billed for that amount, but that does come out of the price of the stock indirectly. So it does affect the price of a stock. So here you can see the top holdings, and you can see performance, who owns on the Stash community. So very, very nice little overview for each of the investment options. So again, put $1,000 into the portfolio about 6 months ago, and the whole idea was to evaluate each and every one of the investment options, all 37 exchange traded funds, ETFs, and the one stock. Again, that one stock being Roll with Buffett here, the Berkshire Hathaway Class B stock. And so far, I've been quite impressed by the overall return. You can see total return here on the front page, 130.71, total return percentage, 13.22%. That's pretty phenomenal for a very basic application to get into investing. You can see the Stash Invest portfolio, however, is only $1,119. That discrepancy there is because of fees. So the one downside of this application, which I think is minor, given that it does help younger investors who don't have a lot of knowledge about how to buy and sell individual stocks, and investors with smaller portfolios to get into the market, but it does cost $1 per month for portfolio values less than $5,000. So that is the one drawback. It has taken a little bit of the return out of the total return there, but again, still very impressed with all of the investment options on Stash Invest here. So let's go ahead and go to the portfolio. Again, I have every one of the investment options here. And you can see there are quite a few investment options here that have 10, 15, even 20% rates of return. Yes, the overall market has been doing very, very well. We are in the midst of a historic bull run. But even so, the application has very good options for new investors who don't know a lot about individual stocks to jump into the stock market and invest. So having said all that, let's kind of go through all of the investment options here, and we'll kind of detail which ones have been doing well and which ones have not been doing so well to give you guys a better idea over the long term what you can expect from this application. So Roll with Buffett up on top there. You can see phenomenal performance, 18.47%. Again, this is the only stock in the portfolio. All others are exchange-traded funds or ETFs. Blue chips here, 12.39%, very, very good. Defending America, 21.09%. One of the stocks, over 20%, incredible. If we take a look at this stock, again, the underlying investment is in iShares US Aerospace and Defense ETF, ticker symbol ITA. You can see the last price, 188.02, dividend yield, 0.92%, and expense ratio, you can see there, 0.43%, which is a little bit high for an ETF, but definitely lower than a lot of mutual funds out there. Internet Titans, 20.02%. Again, these are all underlying investments. This one here is the First Trust Dow Jones Internet Index Fund. And you can see the top companies as well in the top holdings. A lot of the companies that are in these ETFs will be throughout the ETF. So Amazon, Facebook, for example, Netflix, Alphabet, the parent company of Google. These will be in a number of the other ETFs as well. American Innovators, 18.60%. Money Machines, 15.07%. Delicious Dividends, 14.69%. On Cloud9, 19.07%. So you can see here some phenomenal performance out of these stocks. Robots Rising, 18.98%. Colossal China, 18.51%. Social Media Mania here, I think probably one of the best investment options so far over the last 6 months on Stash Invest. You can see it's up over 22%, incredible. The underlying ticker symbol here is a Global X Social Media Index ETF. Ticker symbol, as you can see, SOCL. Last price, $34.05, so very accessible even on Robinhood or some of the other brokerage accounts just to buy a full share. Dividend yield is not that great, but a lot of emerging companies do not have dividends at all. So even a little bit of a dividend is good for this ETF. And the expense ratio, as you can see on the right there, a little bit higher than I like, but again, much lower than mutual funds. As we continue down the list here, Do the Right Thing, 15.44%. Modern Meds, 16.89%. Global Citizen, 12.44%. Young Money, 12.28%. And as I continue to scroll down here, you can see quite a few investments in the 10, 15, 20% rate of return. Clean and Green here, 5.56%. I think the lowest one so far, going through all of the investment options. Raw Earth, 11.74. Water the World, 11.52. Enjoy Yourself, 5.7. As we go down here, you'll kind of see that some of these aren't performing that well, but still, anything above 5% is tremendous over the long term. I don't think you can go wrong with any of these investment options so far. Pacific Powerhouses, 10.76. Up and Coming, 10.52. So as you can see here, the majority of the investment options are 10+% with regards to rate of return. Phenomenal. Then if we get to the bottom here, there are a few that have not been performing as well as the others. Notably here, Moderate Mix. Overview, it looks like it is an iShares Core Moderate Allocation ETF. AOM is its ticker symbol. So it has not been doing that great compared to the rest, but still, it's up in the green. Central Europe, 6.8. Retail Therapy, 9.02. Then way on the bottom here, there are a few that have definitely been lagging behind the rest. Conservative Mix there, 1.57. Park My Cash, 0.03%. Let's see what this is here. This may be a bond fund. Yeah, the investment name here, PIMCO Enhanced Short Maturity Active Exchange Traded Fund. Ticker symbol MINT. You can see some of the holdings here. Let's see here. And then there are a few here, I guess, in the red. Public Works down 0.6% in the red. All That Glitters down 0.73%. Uncle Sam down 1.64%. And the least performing or worst performing investment option on the application is Wireless Wonders here, down 5.18%. If you take a look at the overview here, you can see this is a telecom stock. Vanguard Telecommunication Services ETF, ticker symbol VOX. Definitely in the green. You can see the top holdings here. A lot of this is because of Verizon and AT&T pulling back quite considerably over the last 6 months or so. So that is by far the worst, down 5.18%. Then there are a few there in the red as well. Let's see here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 stocks in the red. A couple that are barely in the green. And then the rest are 5% plus, if not 10% plus, with a few 15 and 20% plus stocks. Again, the 20% stocks, social stocks here, excuse me. Social Media Mania, 22.78%. And I think there was one more in the 20% return. Actually, a few more here. Internet Titans, 20.02. And Defending America, 21.09%. So, phenomenal performance from the investment options. Again, this is a portfolio that was meant to buy every one of the investment options on the application to evaluate over the longer term what can you expect for a rate of return. And right now, very, very surprised with the rate of return on these investment options. Again, the total return there, buying every single one of the application options, not trying to go for total return percentage, is still up 13.24%. And optimistically, if you had selected those stocks you thought would perform the best, you could probably be averaging 15, 16, if not higher rate of return here. Again, it's going to be blunted a bit by the fees that are taken out of the application, $1 per month. So if you only have $50 in the portfolio, that's going to be a significant amount. But if you have $1,000, $2,000, up to $5,000, it's not too bad. And then if you have a greater amount than that, you might want to open a traditional brokerage account. There are many out there, E-Trade, Vanguard, even some of the smaller ones like Robinhood, Cash King. All of these can be very, very good options to get rid of some of the fees. But again, there are no brokerage fees on this account. You simply pay $1 per month, unlimited trading. The trading happens twice per day. It's not like the traditional stock market trading where you can trade throughout the day. It only does it in batches, once in the morning, once in the later afternoon. So keep that in mind as well. But this is a very good option for new investors, smaller portfolios, who are kind of experimenting with buying and selling individual stocks. You don't get overloaded with the thousands of options. And again, the options on here are good. There's only 5 in the red or barely in the green, but the rest are 5% plus, with a lot being 10, 15, and even a few 20% rate of return over the last 6 months. So again, just wanted to update you guys on Stash Invest here, a great little application for the smartphone for new investors to get into investing. So let me know if you guys are still on Stash Invest. I know a lot of you guys have moved on to other applications, but again, my opinion is it's a very good application to get started with investing. The rate of return here has been phenomenal, and it's got some great investment options to take a look at. So that is Stash Invest, and not to make the video too long, I'll kind of end it here. As always, if you guys enjoy my videos, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions about this video or other videos, please let me know in the comment threads down below. I apologize if I don't get my comments back to you guys in a timely fashion. My goal is to try to get those back to you in a day or two. The maximum I try to get back to you guys is in a week, so I apologize if I've missed any comments or I've been delayed with responding. So again, Stash Invest, great application, great rate of return. And until the next video, we'll see you then.